Great rising, YouTube. Great rising, Facebook. Come on, y'all. Get ready. Come on for the walk. Get your weights. Get your chair that you're going to sit in and kick your feet. And y'all get ready and come on for the walk.
I'm walking. Yes, indeed. I'm walking.
Oh, here's my water.
Just for me, I'm walking.
Don't forget your water.
Thank you for the company. I'm walking. So happy to be walking. Happy.
Come on, y'all. Get ready for the walk.
Thank you for the company.
Get your weights if you're doing your arm exercises up and down.
I'm walking.
Get your chair if you're just going to sit there and kick your feet. Hey, great risings, YouTube and Facebook.
Thank you for the company.
We got a second or two.
I'm walking. Yes, indeed.
Come on for the walk, y'all. Come on for the walk.
Yes, indeed.
If you're just going to get your yoga pad and get on the floor and do some stretches, get it. Come on, y'all.
I'm walking.
So we can have 23 hours to enjoy.
Happy to be
Ooh,
walking.
let me warm up Betsy. Yes. Let's see now. Come on now. Come on, y'all. Come for the walk. Come for the walk now.
I'm walking.
Get your weights. It's Friday. Black Friday, y'all. Black Friday. Come on, y'all. Get ready for the walk.
I'm walking.
Get your weights.
So happy to be walking.
Get your chair. Kick your feet. Put your mat down. Do your stretch outs. Okay, I'm doing all this talking. Let's see.
I'm walking.
I got 2 minutes to get my camera straight too. Well, less than 2 minutes now.
So happy to be walking. Thank you for the company.
Okay.
I'm walking.
Yes.
Yes, indeed, I'm walking.
Come on now.
Yes,
Come on for the walk, y'all. Great risings. Friday, Friday, Friday. Yes.
I'm walking.
Yes, indeed.
So happy to be walking. Happy to be walking. Thank you for the company.
Yes, indeed. Great risings. Great risings. It's Friday, y'all. It's Friday. Did good this week. You did good this week if you exercised. You did 2.5 hours. Yes, indeed. Yes, you know what popped in my head this morning? Oh, first let me say my hellos. Great rises, Diane, my Jones. 2 Jones. And my Mary. And Norma. I'll have to tell you a wonderful story how I met Norma. I gotta tell you, friends that I talk to, that I meet in my life, they are really wonderful people. I mean, above and beyond the call of duty for children and everyone. I'm just gonna work with this light here a minute. Give me a minute, y'all. I just want to bring it down, so. Great risings, great risings. Thanks for coming on the walk. And so Canada and so many other people I don't know, thanks for exercising with me because I feel y'all. Because I feel energized when I finish the walk. So I know that's what y'all giving me. Y'all there with me. I appreciate that, but I love y'all. I appreciate the act, but I love the person. So, this is what popped in my head. So, Lorraine, I said all that to say, my 2 high school friends, Lorraine and Laverne. Laverne was my cousin's Joni good friend. But when my cousin Joni transferred from Burke High School to Charleston High, because they had did this big integration thing, because when I was in South Carolina, in the early 70s, in high school, 1972, Charleston was segregated in the educational system. So I was at Burke High School. I was ever so happy. Segregation, it was involved for me. I would have never learned all that I learned from Black history. Because remember, I went to school in New York, and there was no segregation. It was integration, which is basically African American, because the community had the southern migrants had come from south up to New York, some was California, stuff like that. Anywhere where you had some freedoms and liberties. So the schools, and by then the whites had already did what they call white flight. Ugh. Anywho, so it was basically African Americans, mostly Southerners, Puerto Ricans, because the Puerto Ricans had come to New York from Puerto Rico. Everybody couldn't do white flight because at that time Italians wasn't considered so white, but that's another thing now. So we still had Italians in the neighborhood. We had some smidgen of Central Europeans because also they weren't white, but then they got white and then they did the white flight. Vietnamese. We had Vietnamese and a few Chinese. So that was New York. So, and that was the school system too. So I knew about integration, and integration, they didn't teach nothing about Black history or African American history. I remember we had one song in the whole choir. First of all, when we did the songs from the play Hair, we did Age of Aquarius, which was the fifth dimension. So I felt really good. In my heart, I was saying, "Oh, that's Black. That's a song that represents Black people because it's a Black group that sung it, but it really wasn't." But that got me doing. And the other song that we sung for African Americans was Kumbaya. So that was. We have 5 minutes already. This walk is almost over. That's why I'm trying to talk so fast so I can get it out, because this walk is fast. Okay, so down south, I was thinking about this song this morning because I used to go to our games and stuff because I used to have choir rehearsals. So sometimes they would have band practice, cheerleading practice, and stuff like that. So I would get there early so I could go and watch all the other practices, and then I would go to choir practice. But this morning, this song jumped in my head. Beep, beep, bang, bang. Got to get my boomerang on Gower. Black power, bulldozer the best. Beat 'em in the chest. What they gonna do? Dance the boogaloo. M stands for man, D stands for do. Us mighty bulldogs gonna sock it, sock it, sock it, sock it, sock it to you. Where did that cheer come this morning? Maybe it was the universe cheering me on, saying, "Go, Vicky, go." And I'm saying to y'all, "Go, go, go." But I just love that part. Ungawa, Black power, bulldogs are the best. Beat 'em in the chest. What they go? I love that. So I definitely tried to make it to all the cheerleading rehearsals. But I was so glad I went down south because I would have never experienced that up here. I did my intermediate school. I don't remember. My sister went to high school here. I don't remember stuff like that happening. Like homecoming day, I had no idea. Sorry, y'all. This YouTube thing is really getting me down. Just gonna turn it a little bit. Ooh. What did I do? Yeah, I would have never been able to experience homecoming, the homecoming king and queen, the whole thing. You know, going to the high school basketball games, football games outside and stuff like that. That was a wonderful experience. You know, everything else was BS, honey. Whoo, child. To this day, y'all will keep them southern states. I love you. I love you. My cousins, my kins, I love you. I love you. But anywho, Black Friday, I did something with the light, y'all. I did something with the light, and I don't know what I did with it. Okay, so I'm going to put it, there we go. And I'm going to try to just take it down just a little bit. And I'm going to stop messing with it soon. Yep, y'all can see that it's truly me. I'm walking. It's me. I'm not sitting down in the chair talking. I'm walking. Yep. So that, so maybe that was my rah, rah, rah to get me going this Friday. The universe said, get yourself hyped up. I don't have to get myself hyped up. I am so happy to be able to walk and exercise myself. And I see what good it's really doing for me. And I don't have to be the fastest. I don't have to be the strongest. I just have to be, which I am. You know? And I think if you, I think it's something if you live to be this age and you don't have love of self, that whatever situation you're in, it doesn't allow you to love yourself. Because this is the most, for me, this part of my life and my ability to feel that way about myself, to express that about myself, you know, is awesome. This is what I meant to tell you. This is what popped in my head. Can't remember what it triggered it, but my grandmother used to say, and the elders used to say, which I now go on record and say is bullshit. A man can walk to the corner with his pants down around his ankle and still be a man when he gets to the corner. But if a woman pulls down her pants and walks to the corner, when she gets to the corner, she's no longer a woman. Which means she's some other derogatory thing that my suppressed grandmother and definitely can't think of that other word, but y'all know what I mean. So I remember when she used to say that, and I used to say, she used to call me stupid. I used to say, well, what do you mean? If a man pull out his pants, he get to the corner, he's still a man. If a woman pull out her pants and walk to the corner, is she still a woman when she get to the corner? What happens to change her? Well, then she becomes loose. She becomes this. She becomes that. And I said, don't a man become loose? Or this? Or that? She said, no, don't work that way for men. I ain't never shared these views with my daughter because that's bullshit. You know what he is? He's an asswipe with his pants down around his ankles walking to the corner. And you know what she is? She's an asswipe with her pants down walking to the corner. That's all it is. So I'm glad things changed. I'm grateful for baby daddy, baby mama, baby daddy mama. I told y'all, it has slowly pushed out the word bastard. That horrible word. Making the child guilty. Oh yeah, I made you fuck and I made you fuck. No, I didn't. I wasn't even here. It took y'all together to make me, so why am I the bastard? What I did. Why y'all ain't the bastards? And I'm the good one. You two bastards got together and created me, and I'm good. That's how the baby is. Two bastards got together and they made a baby, and the baby's good. But don't even have to worry about that no more. Because the term is baby daddy, baby mama. And I love it. No, I don't walk into those places that says that I have to call kids bastards. That's where y'all go. I don't go places where I have to call women. Look at that, don't start me. Because I'm trying to look at y'all. I need to look straight. I ain't going to no place where they tell me that I'm supposed to call my sisters derogatory names because they act so the way they are. I'm not going to no place where they tell me a man can screw 100 women and it's okay. But if a woman don't sleep with her husband and go out someplace else, she all of a sudden a derogatory. I'm not entering those buildings. I'm not going into those buildings where they said that people can't feel how they want to feel on the inside and try to make themselves look how on the outside how they feel on the inside. I'm not going in them buildings. I'm not going in them. Nope. No. I ain't going to no buildings where they say the sicknesses of man, which will always be, and diseases, which will always be, is brought on. Glad I can't even finish the thought. It was so BSy. Hey y'all. How about putting the yes in? Guess who'll be here tomorrow with us for the walk? Miss Vicky. She'll be talking about I like to say yes and why it's important for you to keep the yes in your child's vocabulary. I like to say yes helps you keep and or put the word yes in your child's vocabulary. Yes. I like to say yes. So if you're wondering why your child said, well, she never answers me yes, or never really hear the word yes come out my child's mouth. Well, guess what? You didn't put it there. And the daycare centers did, and the aunts and the uncles, so y'all all buy this book. It works. Whew, drink some water, you all. I want to bring this camera down. Our walk is halfway over, and I am sweating. Ooh, I was sweating when I first came down. I love me a good sweat. Now, I had heard a myth, maybe not a myth, but I was told when I used to ask people to exercise with me, they would say, like, they don't like to sweat. And that's a lot of times I said, oh, come to the gym with us. And they were like, well, I don't like to sweat. And I'm like, sweating is the best part of exercising. Getting all those impurities out of your system. Now, I'm dressed like that. Old people, it's not so easy to sweat. It's not, our skin is thinning out. So you're always going to see me gathered up in clothes. Because when I work out, my intent is to sweat. To get the impurities out of my system. That's another way, instead of going to the doctors and getting all these medications, how about sweating it out? And then when winter comes back, I was thinking about this morning, I was like, you know what? I have to have it set up where I have the steamer in place, and on a cold morning when, we'll be working out really hard things because it's cold, and that cool air, whew, feels so good. And then you'll see me going from here, and I'll be going into the steam, and I'll be sitting there and talk to y'all for 15 minutes while I steam. Hey! Or while I go into the sauna. But that's what I'm in it for, to sweat. That's what this gland is for. And my glands, they help me sweat. All of the precious glands. Kept all of mine. Yes, indeed they do. They all serve a purpose for me. And I always exercise to let them do their thing. To wake them up so they can do their thing. So is that something? I had a high school flashback. Yeah. Fun times. But now, to be able to teach my own daughter from home, that girl would be a master. Yes. Yes. But they told us we had to send out kids to school so they didn't become dumb. But I told her, we went to the library and everything. Okay, she knew how to read. And she got her library card like at 4.5. So all you have to do to get your library card is be able to write your name. And she can write her name at 4.5. So we don't put it out there like that. And we love going to the library. And please, if I could have taught her about the greatness of her culture and her race, I mean, I did it without library books and going to the library and me telling her. But, and then, I'd have to go to work and then she would go to school and get taught to take a test for standardized testing. That's what she was in school for. So the states can get their money from the federal government and do standardized testing. So you spend the whole year not really getting ready for life experiences, what you're going to get out there and do. You're there learning how to help your school get high scores on a test so they can get funding. That's why you can come out of high school and not know how to write a check, balance a checkbook. I taught my daughter. You don't even know anything about filling out an application. My daughter had to fill out applications because she volunteered. So when you volunteer, you got to sit down and fill out an application. So she knew how to fill out applications. How important references are on a job. Well, she volunteered. So she always had references. Adults that gave her references. So she was always, from a young age, she was able to get a job because they said, do you have references? And she said, yes, 2 strong organizations. At that time, it was British Association for Retarded Citizens, and it was the Woods, yeah, it was right on the tip of my tongue, the Woods, because she went back there before, nursing home. So she had good references. Good references. Directors, supervisors from volunteering. So, but I knew, man, we'd have grown food in the backyard. We would have did anything. I'd have stayed home and made me. I mean, she's good. Because afterwards she was able to make herself and to build herself up. But I see these kids now homeschool, geniuses coming from homeschool, running through that high school system. They go from homeschool. The minute they go into the high school, they basically enter at graduation level. Now, a long time ago, I said that gangs are formed in school. When I was working for the Westchester Guardian as a columnist, I wrote a column about it, and it's all this after-school detention where all the bad kids get together and gang up, and where they can always meet. The gang grounds, the grounds for making gangs, and the fact that they were left back. Like, I found out back in the day, I don't know if they can do it now, but there was like 22, 23-year-olds on the Mount Vernon High School, in the high school, playing basketball and beating everybody. Well, yeah. You're playing against 17 and 18 years old, and you're a damn real grown man. And they used to bet on them all the time. It was something. It was really something. Let's do our fingers. Yeah. What did I see? Some kind of commercial they were showing you. I didn't keep looking at it because I don't want to put in my mind what these diseases look like. But I remember looking at it saying, maybe if you did some hand bends, get some exercise going, maybe I don't know. I don't have it. I don't have it. I know that when you're not in motion, joints lock up. But I've always stayed in motion, so the joint locking thing, I'm not familiar with. I know one time I saw this show where this woman was taking bee shots to help with her arthritis. It was so severe. And I thought back to, my daughter calls it, the Italian bread incident. Y'all, I'm sweating. You see how slow I'm moving? You say to yourself, she can't be sweating. But she got on enough clothes to make sure she's sweating, honey. That's the name of the game, sweat. And I was going... We was coming from grocery shopping. I loved Italian bread. That's one thing we didn't get down south. And being in New York, we were raised in New York for 13 years. And going down south for maybe 5 years. I missed Italian bread. So me and my daughter walked there. And I thought a shard of glass, when it was summertime, I had on sandals, and I thought a shard of glass had went in between my big toes. I looked down and it was a bee. And I just started, only thing I had to hit it with was the Italian bread. And of course my daughter fell out laughing. She had to be about 4 or 5, okay? She's in her 40s now, and she hasn't forgotten the bread incident. But looking at that, I was like, is that why I didn't get arthritis? Because I did get a big bee sting? It didn't dawn on me to be allergic to the bee. It just hurt like all hell. And I went home and, I don't know, usually sometimes I use tea bags to suck stuff out. But I just went and put some kind of thing on it and just made sure I got the stinger out. And I was fine. I'd never been stung by a bee before. But I just beat the crap out of that bee with the bread, and we just laughed and had a good time. And then I went on. So maybe that's why I didn't get the arthritis. Whew. Friday, Friday, Black Friday, Friday, Black Friday, Friday. Let's get our weights. Let's do 15. Suck in your gut. Tuck in your elbow. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One for good luck. Yeah, everybody like good luck, don't you? Everybody like good luck. Everybody like good luck. All right. Come on. Tuck your elbow. Squeeze your gut. Let's get on 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 1 for good luck. Yes, indeed, y'all. We did it. Woo, woo. Another week, y'all. Well, of course, if you're exercising with me tomorrow, then your week is not over till tomorrow. But if you're jumping off the walking train today, then good. You walk this week for 2.5 hours. And if you're sweating like I'm sweating, I said add on another 10 minutes, honey, to each day. Whew. Sometimes, yes I do, sometimes I taste my sweat, I was like, okay, I don't taste no salt. Yes indeed. And squeezing that gut is everything, y'all. So we did it. Short-term goal, half hour. Not so short, a week. Not so short, a month. Not so a long term. Because it's like half a year and we're at the 7th month. So we did it. You know? So it's wonderful. Beep beep. Bang bang. Got to get my boomerang. Ungawa. Like power. Bulldogs are the best. Beat them in the chest. What they gonna do? Dance the boogaloo. M stands for man. D stands for do. Us mighty bulldogs gonna suck it to you, suck it to you, suck it to you. Yes. Yes, little pom-pom. I remember first time I saw those sisters jumping around, I was like, get out of here. Black people can be cheerleaders. Sometimes I wouldn't open my mouth. I sound so ignorant. But remember, in fairness to me, I only see white cheerleaders. Never saw black cheerleaders. So I went down south.
I'm walking. Yes, indeed, I'm walking. Oh, so happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking. Yes, indeed, I'm walking. Oh, yes, indeed, I'm walking. Thank you for the company.
Yes, and
I'm walking.
ha!
So happy to be
I cut myself off.
happy to be walking. Thank you for the company.
Hey! Thank you, YouTube. Thanks, Facebook. Thanks for walking with me. Y'all tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button, YouTube. Share, like, and comment, Facebook. See you tomorrow, YouTube.